An incandescent lamp is an artificial light source in which light is emitted by a filament heated to a high temperature by an electric current. The filament is most often made of a refractory metal or a carbon filament. To avoid oxidation of the filament in contact with air, it is placed in an evacuated flask or a flask filled with inert gases or vapors. When electricity is applied, the tungsten filament in the lamp glows and begins to glow. The glow of the tungsten filament is a consequence of the electrical current flowing through a material of high resistance. It is difficult for electrons to move through this metal, so they spend a large amount of kinetic energy vibrating in the material. As a consequence, photons, the beams of light that we see, are emitted. Electric current, interacting with tungsten atoms, begins to lose its energy, some of which is transferred in the form of light photon emission, and the rest is lost in the form of thermal radiation. In general, the incandescent lamp heats up because free electrons move along its metal filament and collide on their way with stationary atoms. The excited atoms begin to vibrate intensely, increasing the temperature of the metal filament and causing it to glow. The wavelength of this glow coincides with the visible range of electromagnetic radiation, so we can use this transformation of thermal energy in our needs. On average, the temperature of the tungsten filament reaches 3000 degrees Kelvin. This is a very high temperature considering that the surface temperature of the Sun is about 6000 degrees Kelvin. Despite the high temperatures, the average life of an incandescent bulb is up to 1000 hours. After 750 hours of burning, the light output is reduced by an average of 15% and approximately 2% of the electricity is converted into visible light.